Do you want to compost in your apartment? Do you live in a small apartment and wonder how you can compost? Then Bokashi composting may just be the right fit for you. Hi everyone, my name is Suriti and welcome to my channel. This is a place where I talk about all things sustainability. Composting is one of the most essential ways to handle your waste and get nutrients back into the soil. So now you'd be asking me, what exactly is Bokashi composting? Basically, Bokashi is a Japanese word which stands for organic fermented matter. It is an anaerobic method which you can use even indoors to compost your waste. Anaerobic matlab without air. So this is my Bokashi bin. This is how it looks. It's from a brand called Trust Bin and it has a nozzle which you can open and close. It has an airtight lid and then you have this layer, this blue thing which is perforated and has many holes. We are adding a small piece of gur or jaggery. This is to feed the microorganisms. And after that you place that blue thing. Over that you use a single sheet of newspaper, just one single sheet, not the entire thing. And then you place the lid on top. So now we begin with the composting process. On the left I have my compost maker. It is a powder which contains the microorganisms which will help with the fermentation. And on the right I have my organic matter, my waste. So I have prepped my Bokashi bin with the gur and the newspaper. Now I add my organic matter. After adding that, I just take a spoonful of compost maker and just sprinkle it on top. That is it, I'm done for the day. And now this is the basic process which I have to repeat daily. Tomorrow when I have waste, I do the same thing. So let's see that. And after adding the waste and the compost maker, I have to close the bin tightly. I have to make sure that it's closed really well. Now this is day 2. You can see I've added the vegetable peels. There are a lot of pea shells and all of that stuff. So now I've added them to my bin and then I add a spoonful of compost maker. If I have a lot of organic waste, then I add more compost maker, and if I have very little organic waste, then I add very little compost maker. Yeah, you get it, right? And now I want to show you another day. I open the lid, I add the waste, and then I add a little bit of the compost maker again. This is basically what I have to do. It's quite easy, right? This is the compost maker I'm talking about. This is made by the same company called Trust Basket or Trust Bin, and it is suitable for anaerobic Bokashi. So after a few days, this is what I see. There's a white fungus growing on top. That's a good sign. That means our Bokashi compost is headed towards the right direction. If you see black mold or some colorful sort of fungi, that's quite wrong. Then you need to dump all of it and start again. But I'm sure if you follow my method, there should be no problem at all. I've never faced any problems with it. And you can also see how we started with the entire bin of waste and how it's kind of compressed back. You can also take out some liquid which is called leachate from the nozzle. This leachate is the liquid from the fermented organic matter which is collected towards the bottom. It's quite nutritious for plants. You can mix, say, a spoonful of this leachate into a bucket full of water and feed it to your plants. It's extremely nutritious and my plants love it. This is how it looks. So this is how I'm preparing for the stage 2. So say stage 2 is when you add the fermented waste to soil. So I don't have access to a plot of land. So this is what I'm doing. I take a big container which is full of soil. I used to grow spinach and stuff like that. So I'm just emptying it out a bit. I'm going to add my fermented compost waste, and then cover it back with the soil again. So this is how I do it. Please make sure that you cover it back with soil again, because otherwise it's going to attract a lot of flies. So after cleaning it out, I just dry it out in the sun so that all the odors are removed. This is how it looks, and you can see a few months later how my plants are thriving. So let us see what the pros and cons of a Bokashi bin are. There are many pros. Number 1, it takes up very little space. So आप इसको अपने अपार्टमेंट में कहीं भी कोने में रख सकते हैं. You do not need to have a large balcony. You do not need to have a large space. Moreover, उसके जो odors होते हैं वो बाहर escape नहीं करते हैं. वो सिर्फ आप जब उस lid को बंद कर देते हैं वो lid के अंदर ही रहते हैं. तो none of the odors can ever escape. Number 2, very important point, which is that it accommodates all kinds of waste. Generally अगर आप aerobic waste देखेंगे तो उसमें आप dairy नहीं डाल सकते हैं, उसमें आप meat नहीं डाल सकते. But you don't have to think any of that when it comes to Bokashi composting. You can put all kinds of food waste into this. It does not require daily care. It's not very time sensitive कि अरे मुझे उसको मिलाना ही है, मुझे कुछ करना ही है every day. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. In fact, you can just keep and forget it for a long period of time. Number 4, extremely important point, that इसमें जो liquid निकलता है, leachate निकलता है, it's extremely nutritious for your soil. So if you're into gardening, if you're into farming, it's really, really amazing for your plants. I know a few people who use this composting method just to get that compost tea. It enriches soil, introduces so many effective microorganisms into your soil and keeps your plant healthy and happy. Number 5, this leachate can also be used to clean drains. Yes, you heard it right. So basically ये जो liquid होता है इसमें इतने सारे microorganisms होते हैं. जब अगर आपका drain मान लीजिए clog हो गया है तो आप इस liquid को उसमें डाल सकते हैं और overnight और after a few hours ये सारा microorganisms इस drain को clear कर देता है. Number 6, it's much faster than other methods, especially aerobic composting. जल्दी टाइम में आप compost कर सकते हैं. Number 8, it's quite cheap. इसमें जो आप compost maker खरीदते भी हैं उसका बस आपको 1 चम्मच या कुछ डालना होता है every day. अच्छा, अब इसके cons भी देख लेते हैं. There are quite a few cons, so you need to check whether it's the right fit for you. So the first con is that its size is quite small. So it is not enough for a big family which consumes a lot of fresh vegetables every day. Number 2 is that the pre-compost can be quite smelly. This smell, of course, is not the foul smell you associate with rotting food or whatever. It is definitely being processed by fermentation, but that fermented smell is not extremely pleasant. Okay, so जब आप इसको handle करते हो तो many people will not like that smell, but you handle it only for 5-10 minutes, so I personally don't find it to be an impediment. तीसरी चीज़ है कि ये कॉम्पोस्ट मेकर जो पाउडर है ये आपको बार बार ख़रीदना पड़ता है, ठीक है। अच्छी बात ये है कि आपको इसका बहुत स्मॉल क्वांटिटी चाहिए होती है, तो it does not matter in the long run. It's not very irritating to buy it. You can also make your own inoculants or your own compost maker. Uska method, how to do that, I will add in the description box below. But I've never done it myself, and I think that it requires quite a few steps, and I just find it too cumbersome. Number 4 is that it has 2 different steps. एक फर्स्ट जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि एक प्री कॉम्पोस्ट स्टेप है, देन एक कॉम्पोस्टिंग स्टेप है. सो यस, देयर आर 2 different steps. Number 5 is that you can't feed this pre-compost directly to your plants. It is quite acidic for the plant roots, and you should not let them come in contact. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. If you have any questions, please add them in the comment box below.